Can we start with that?
Yeah, I always want to start with Dark Angels. Yeah,
Seems good. I mean, it seems like legitimate. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Sometimes you got to. Seems good. You got to be legit. Maybe even too legit. But I just like to know that I'm here with a random Canadian voice, as you can see.
Disembodied.
I was gonna put disembodied, but I just decided to go with random Canadian voice,
Yeah.
and then just gonna go with that. You know what I mean? Because sometimes that's really what it's all about. I put disembodied, but I just decided to
We're
go.
like
With,
the board. There's not any of. We're just all.
we're everywhere. You know what I mean? We're just everywhere. Yo, yo, yo! What's up? People are in the hizzy. I want to talk about Dark Angels and the fact that they can score all of the points if they want to play the most boring game in the universe. I want to talk about WandaVision. Richard is Canadian. I try not to talk to any Americans in any stream that I do. I just try to go off on different countries, different continents. Just I don't want to be a. I pretend I'm a Canadian when I travel. I want to talk about Xenos for a minute. I think that a couple Xenos are completely. We are painting today also. I've got my paints tonight at 8 or 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. I can't remember which one it is because I'm old. I will be painting my first. I'm going to try to paint a model. Sean has already primed it, and I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm going to do things. I'm going to do stuff. Do Canadians make the best Dark Angels? Canadians do make great Dark Angels. You put them in the cannon and you shoot them out. But I actually think that a lot of armies are completely underrated right now. I think that Canadians aren't real people. They're maple syrup fueled snowmen. You're just going to take the hat off them. They just stop being alive. We all know that. That is, it's actually right now he has Celine Dion because we all know that Canada only has like what 20 people. What's up, Tom? What up? What up?
25. Yeah.
25. So they all know each other. It's no big deal. You know what I mean? He just drove and grabbed her. I'm assuming he's just giving her a ride home from work. She because we all know that all Canadians also work a shift every week at Tim Hortons. So it's
I mean, yeah.
it is literally required by law. I've even got some cool Dark Angels picks, man. Check this out. Bam! Oh, that's good. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
And the thing is, guys, hit me.
Why are Dark Angels so good?
Dark Angels are so good because of the fact that they can score effectively 85 points without doing shit. I am literally going to drink wine and paint tonight. The problem is it's going to be super late for you, Adam, because we're not starting until the evening. But I will be trying to paint a model. The actual rules for tonight's painting are I'm not allowed to just throw the model and smash it when I get frustrated. That was a rule that was already put into play as soon as I said that I was going to try to paint a model. I was hoping that the army painter, Mr. Adams, sent me paints. They gave me a wet palettes stuff. I think some ninja stars. I don't really know what it takes to paint a model. So whatever the supplies are, they hooked me up with them. Building the NIDS list, I'm not gonna lie, I really, really like the list that John just played. Lennon just played recently when he steamrolled that terrible thing that Nick put on the board. But I mean, that thing was a dumpster fire. But the NIDS list was actually pretty cool. Why can I not think of the list? What are the Melon Smoggle Noogle dudes? I'm pretty sure that's the exact name.
Alan ropes?
Are pretty nasty. Those guys have pretty beat stick. Oh, dude, the new Dark Angels are nuts, Tom. Woo! 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 But literally, let me go back. As usual, I'll squirrel it up and look at everything. That's the one you're building? Dude, Gary, you're going to be happy with that. I like that list. I still think NIDS are underrated. So, the reason the Dark Angels are good is because they don't need an opponent to score points. It doesn't matter what the fuck that they do. Yes, the Dimecharon or Kron or fucking Optimus Prime or whatever they're called.
Optimus. So,
Speaking of terrible lists, Adrian and Brian are playing Sisters and Grey Knights and post
oh
lists.
God.
Are they hot garbage?
Something else.
Oh my god, those I love those guys as fucking what they put on the board, but man, I like Raven Guard. I like both, dude. Dark Ages. I'll go into a couple lists in a second here. What's up, Carmona? But the big thing is that as far as scoring, and then I'll go into the list that I actually like. The scoring is such a big deal because the Dark Angels secondary is Dimikera. You guys know I'm gonna fuck that up when I pronounce it anyways. It'll be that one bug with the thing and the stuff. Come on, just go with that. But I love Sisters Without Rhinos. That's gonna be dicey. The other person's got Eddie shooting. Grey Knights Without Paladins, Sisters Without Rhinos. All these things seem great. But as a Dark Angels player, you can literally just score the Dark Angels secondary while we stand we fight with Talon Masters and either a Terminator unit or Azra, just something, you know what I mean? A third thing. And then you can take Oath or whatever. You can literally just take a secret one if you want to, because you can do that. So you can take Assassinate, not let them know if they got too many dudes. You can take the mission secondary, the things like, oh yeah, take Retrieval, take minimize losses, because you're probably not going to lose enough units to not get 15. But you can just sit, you can just banners the whole game, you know what I mean? And never leave. You can literally play a multiple of the missions and not leave your zone, you know, and just score and go, I'm going to get a 40 in primary because I'm going to take 10 every turn. If you fuck up, I'm going to get 115, so I'll get a 45, and I'm going to score max on my secondaries. You have to do something. As the opponent to Dark Angels, you have to do something to stop that. And that's the thing is that that's why they're so tough. They're not just blowing people off the board. They're not super, we're the best in the universe, but they're just crazy about that. It's so good to just score. You go, hey, I just scored a bunch of points. What did you do? Who cares? You know what I mean? It literally doesn't matter. You can't stop them from fucking running up the goddamn score. You know what I mean? And that's why they're so strong. Like a lot of games you play, even if you're not interacting, you're churning up points. You're churning up points. So your opponent has to make these shitty non-optimal moves, and all of a sudden you have to get across the board and you jump on them.
Yeah, so I mean, we've been working, like, believe it or not, guys, Brad is TTS.
I have been playing TTS, and it's the worst.
But he's playing it.
Yeah, Kurt. Yeah, exactly. Sounds to me like the missions are poorly designed if you have pure endurance armies almost maxing points by existing. That's never happened in 40k before. Exactly. Yeah, when the ITC used to have hold one, take one, you just had armies that didn't die, and you're like, I stand here. But one of the biggest things about that, though, in all seriousness, is one of the reasons that they're so good on that is also the fact that you shouldn't be able to double dip into two books right now. Marines can dip into the Marine book and the Dark Angels book for their secondaries. So, especially if you're an army without a codex, man, you're choosing from maybe 3 shitty secondaries depending on their build, because they just don't give up good secondaries. And the mission secondary might be one of the hot dumpster fire ones. And all of a sudden you're like, oh, they score basically an auto 45 and I can fucking nickel and dime all over the place.
Yeah.
You replace one of the... That's the best. Corey's got that on that. You replace one of the Terminator squads with an unpainted one so they lose 10 points. That's the key. Oh, dude, Thomas, it's... I literally am the TTS not master. I did it because of there was a big team tournament. I'm going to promote it because they got a ton of people together, and I give the people props for running it. There's a 33-team, 8-man team tournament, the Greek Hammer Ninja Assassin Death Monkey League tournament thing. It's basically WTC format with 8-man teams. We're playing 5 rounds. It's super cool, and I wanted to be part of that. Even though it's TTS, it's still a cool team tournament, and you had me at team tournament.
Yeah. So we've been working out a lot of Dark Angel lists. Brad's been working out his Death Guard list.
Yeah. And it's all about the mortals, baby. Oh, Tom's playing tonight. Playing on the stream tonight, man? Dark Angels or Demons? What's he playing for Demons? That's what I need to know. But man, the Dark Angels are just so strong with that, man. They're kind of a go-to as far as taking shit because it doesn't matter what you play against. And like Adam Lane and I just put together the Math Hammer. When I say he put it together, I talked about it. But we were just putting together all the numbers. It's so hard to kill those stupid Terminators. And you can just sit there and take a while we stand. You can take an oath with them. You know what I mean? You can just sit there and just not die. Oh, hell yeah, Thomas. Go boy getting vaccines. That's what I'm talking about. Am I working out Dark Angels list? Yeah. No, that's Tuesday when we go Gentleman Gaming. We're doing a Tuesday show where we want people to put lists into the chat, and we're going to either fix them or tear them down depending on who talks first. Because if you get Alan first, he's going to basically poop on your list on stream. I actually might poo on his keyboard. It might get gross up in here. So there's a lot to be said for all of that. Good. Restream's actually working. Restream chat's actually working. Good job, Restream chat. Woo woo.
Hey. Yeah, but Dark Angels are good. Other armies are.
Just saying that they have the option, Tom. They have the option to take different things on that. Yeah. You'll have Tau ready for Tuesday? Love it. All of the Tau, all of the time. Pew, 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 pew. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I do like a CK style all broadside army. There you go.
If you roll like CK with broadsides, of course you're going to like that army.
Yeah, just all hits, all wounds. That's all you need.
All he rolls really good.
But man, I like right now, playing Dark Angels is so nuts. What's my favorite Dark Angels list? I'm a big fan of an all Ravenwing list, but I think that requires like kind of a lot of mojo and skill. If you just take 2 Talon Masters, 2 Command Squads, the 2 Talon Masters, 2 Command Squads, the 10-man Brigade Terminators, 3 attack bikes, 2 or 3 regular bikes, so you can do bike shenanigans. You put all that shit in an Outrider, and then you take Ezekiel. You obviously put the command squads in there. You can do it as a Vanguard, make them all. They can also be OBSEC on that. You put the Terminators in the Vanguard. That's just a disgusting list, man. It's got all of the fucking bullshit shenanigans. It's got character mojo. I love it. Corey's like, I'm gonna make a list that you want to wash your eyes after reading for Tuesday. That hurts me. I did the Hellions list already. I actually love the Hellions list. The Hellions list is literally Craftword Eldar top. It's a Farseer on bike, a Warlock on bike, Skyrunner. I can't even talk anymore. 3, it's a Vanguard. 3 units of 3 Reapers. 3 units of 3 Warwalkers. 2 units of Shining Spears. 5-man strong. 2 units of Scorpions. 20 fucking Hellions, because we had to put the Hellions in there. A Succubus, 5 idiot-ass Witches, and it's pretty fucking cool, man. You can do Test of Skill or Strife. 2 2-mans.
Were you channeling your Shot Naden when you made that list? Or?
Everybody fucking harassed me because I just kept getting every single thing I was on. People were fucking with me about Hellions because I hated them so much. Because it's 340 points of 1 wound, T3 guys with a 5-up save.
Oh, man.
Oh, not the command squad. Sorry, the Terminators are. And the hold on. I have the book in front of me. We'll go into Dark Angels. Let's begin now. Beep. Let's get past the Crusade rules.
What was the question?
Deathwing command squads having the Deathwing keyword, I think it was.
They have Deathwing, so it specifically says they don't have OBSEC, but they do have the.
Yeah, they don't have OBSEC. I was saying the unit's OBSEC because it's in the thing. It's in the Vanguard. What up? What up? The get that Raven Guard list also. Yeah, that was decent. I missed so much stuff. Yeah, that fucking Double O made possibly the worst Eldar list I've ever seen. But Tom, I'm running two mans. All you want to do is two mans with Thunderhammer Storm Shields.
Yeah.
They hide behind terrain, and then the Talon Master just gets to shoot the entire game. It's busted. And then they literally can sit on an objective. They sit behind terrain. They got the 3 inches from him. You can't even target him. You literally have to assault the Talon Master. It's just ridiculous. So, yeah, they don't get OBSEC. I meant to say that. I apologize. I was trying to say that you put them in there, and the squad and the big squad in the Vanguard to make them OBSEC.
Yeah, they're just there to fill up space and make your Talon Masters ridiculous.
I don't like the Deathwing Ancient. I think it's overkill. I just want more stuff. They're already not going anywhere, even without the -1 damage. And I've already got a lot of points tied up in that thing. I'd rather have just more crap, because I want to take I want to take a lot of 3-man bike squads. To tell you the truth, I want to take at least 2, preferably 3. They just do so much for you, dude. OBSEC bike squads are just crazy good. It's just nuts.
They're a lot of fun.
And they can do such bullshit. Yeah, exactly. I mean, the thing is you just go, hey, that's not OBSEC anymore, and you zoom up with bikes. You effectively just have infinite range too. Like if your opponent goes, especially it's super nasty going second. If you go second with Dark Angels, you have all of the dick moves. You can literally do the pregame move, the advance, and then fucking 12 more inches. You turn off OBSEC with Ezekiel, and then you just basically can shut your opponent, especially in missions where it's take 2, score for 5. You can just give your opponent a 0 on top of on 2. It's just so nuts. Yeah, Gary, 100%. I actually was talking about that earlier. The best way to deal with Deathwing Terminators is Mortal. The only way, really. To tell you the truth, we've been playing multiple games with my Death Guard versus Deathwing or Dark Angels, and I don't think I've killed a guy that wasn't killed by mortal wounds.
No, it's only been mortal spam.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, and I think that armies are just going to have mortal wounds going, because so many armies are so durable. You're just not going to be able to take out these things. You can play around it. You can obviously slow it down. I mean, you can literally take that Dark Angels Terminator squad and just fucking, it's in a forest, accidentally gets in difficult terrain. You just fucking Death Gesture it. You Doom Bolt it. You Tremor Shell it. You just anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you either play around it and slow it down, or you mortal wound the piss out of it. So that's literally how you rock and roll that shit. It's just you either crush it, unless they're running Lazarus. There's so many things to put in it.
Yeah,
dude. The funny thing is purifiers. I think I actually in my last Grey Knights list, I was running 3 10-man blobs of purifiers. We'll see. Well, the Dark. I'm very excited for Drakari. I just want to play a super fast army. With more, just having the ability to attack anywhere on the board, make everybody crazy. I mean, that's what Dark Angels are doing a little bit right now. So I hope the Drakari are doing it even better. I do not think that the bodyguard rule should apply when the guarding unit is hiding. I hate that, as a matter of fact. That's why That's why 2-man command squads are just busted right now, because you can literally have them, especially because of the fact that the Talon Masters are shooting long range. You literally just have them sit back, and then you extend their range to an objective. So you have the command squad sitting on an objective, then 3 inches out on the other side of a wall, the Talon Masters shooting, and you never get a chance to shoot at the bodyguard in the first place. It's just insanity. I'm running my Terminator brick with 6 Lightning Claws and 4 Thunderhammers, Storm Shields.
Yep.
Yeah, 66 mortals is disgusting. Yes, the potential. Dude, I love purifiers are underrated, man. Grey Knights are actually underrated, to tell you the truth. You just have to make a strong list. I think there's not like a lot of variation in a super good unit of a super good army of Grey Knights. You either run like a billion purifiers, or you run the paladins with them, and you put in Drago, the chaplain. You know what I mean? There's a couple things that are just autos into that list that are super good. But I do think that Grey Knights have their purpose. I think that they're underrated. No, man. The thing is the attack bikes are actually running 2 Meltas and 1 Heavy Bolter so that you can run the Talon Masters as your while we stand, we fight, guys. So they're 155 instead of 1.
Yep.
So that way the Talon Masters are 160 and they're 155.
Yeah.
So you're basically, I mean, the Terminator breaks 370 at that point in time. And then I'm not running all the extra shit. So I'm running 3 attack bikes, 3 bikes. It all fits in, brother. It's just, I don't double up on a lot of the other nonsense. So,
and you know what? You save a lot of points on characters too. The characters are a big spend, so I think initially we had like MIL and Azrael and stuff like that.
There's just
really.
It's like the Primaris Chaplain. We have a captain, a Primaris Chaplain, the 2 Talon Masters, and Ezekiel are in that list.
Yeah.
I'd rather just have more squads. They just have so much bullshit. I mean, the last list I actually sent over to Mr. Canada here. Actually had 2 psychers in it because I think that their psychics are so fucking nuts. You don't always have to run Ezra. He's very good, but he also becomes one of the. He could be one of the things that you take for while we stand, obviously. But you don't always have to take him just because of the fact that I'm looking for points. He's expensive. He's just 170.
He's
So
not cheap.
It's basically almost to another squad of bikes when I just replace him with a captain. And, you know, if you're running Ravenwing, you can just run Samuel because it's the same thing where you get into the problems of guys that cost 50 or 70 points more than just the base version of them.
Samuel's 150.
He does get full rerolls on Raven. He gets reroll ones on everybody Dark Angels, and he gets full rerolls on 1 unit of Raven Wing. So he's not fucking around either. So that's the real deal. Also,
yeah.
I just don't need it. Like, no one's really going into that Terminator unit most of the time, and if they are, they're just wasting it. I'm totally fine if, like, you decide that your whole army has to shoot. The price of CP, the thing is that a lot of their strats are 2. Yeah, I mean, no. Ezreal's good, dude. Don't get me wrong. It's just that he's been in and out of a lot of different lists. He's not an auto for me. He's just good. It depends on where I'm with the points on that. So it's just it's basically the thing is you can build multiple. Like literally right now, you can make a bazillion different Dark Angels lists that are just fantastic. They're just so good, and I think they all are good just because of the ability to play secondaries no matter which one you're playing in. Like again, you can literally just not play the game against your opponent and just sit. I do like having more and more of the fast shit, so that's where I want, because if I'm playing against that army, I'm typically just leaving them alone, the Terminators alone, and then I'm just going everywhere else. Especially if there's not a mid-game objective. You just get them to commit somewhere else. So that's a big deal. So, here's the other question, guys. Have you been watching WandaVision? If you haven't, there you go. Why haven't you? I haven't watched today's episode, so I won't spoil anything either. I can't even spoil it yet because I haven't watched it. But that fucking show is fucking ramping up. And it went from slow and kind of meh to holy shit. Deathwing Knights are just too expensive. And they're just too expensive, man. With the Deathwing Knights, they're doing everything the Terminator... The thing is nobody's going towards the damn Terminators anyways. And so the Deathwing Knights are the same thing, but just more expensive for me. They're really, really good if anybody would actually engage them ever. You know what I mean? Yeah. But no one's like, just if you're a smart player, you're just not driving into that shit.
And to be totally honest, they're better when someone charges them.
Yeah, because of the +1.
So, like, you kind of want to set up like really wonky charges and just force people to charge your Terminators, just so you go, oh, I'm hitting on 2s with my lightning claws and 3s with my hand, and I can bump that again.
Yeah, actually, I like Corey's thing on this. The theme of the new codex is, besides Space Wolves, is you have to make decisions on what to bring. 100%, because like you just run out of points. Like Dark Angels are amazing, but you still have to balance all this shit together. Kurt, I don't know the best way to balance Dark Angels is, because Dark Angels aren't unbelievably OP in any one thing. they're just super good everywhere. So that's what makes them, and the fact that they have secondaries and abilities to play right now that make it so the all of the impetus is on your opponent, because you can do nothing and score, like I was saying at the beginning. You can literally just score 85 by just showing up. You can just say, I take While We Stand, I take Banners, and I take the Dark Angel secondary. I never leave my deployment zone. Go. So you're just like, well, fuck. You know what I mean? That's fucking crazy. You know what I mean? Because it means that you have to start making all these fucking aggressive moves. So I'm not 100% sure what to do with them, because they're not by themselves just, any one thing's OP. It's all the things together as synergistic wise. Their psychics are great. They probably have the best psychic chart there is. And then they have fast units. They have OPSEC units that are super fast units. They have relics that are fantastic. So there's a big deal for that. Then they have firepower, they have durability, they have like a little bit of everything, and that makes it into a super ridiculous army. So I don't know what to say with that. Yeah, 100% the Death Knights are really expensive, but if you connect with those flails, oh my god, they're super good, but nobody's ever fighting them anyways. They're just standing in the field. Fight me!
Yeah, I mean, the maximum you want to get, like, it's a 5-man, I guess, like, just because it's not, like, ridiculous cost.
I think my favorite DA secondary is just stand there and take the objective. It's just so silly. It depends on the mission, obviously, where you are, because, but, like, if you have any of the ones where you have a deep secondary in your zone and kind of thing, it's just an auto take, because no one's ever going to get to it. So, any of the ones that have it in there, like Retrieval has that, just anyone that has that far away objective. And you can double down on that if you're taking like priority target kind of shit. You can literally just get a stupid 30 points like easy from those two. So there's a lot of times that one's super ridiculous. Take my meds, exactly. I just keep dumping pills in my face. I figured it'll all work out in the end. All work out in the end, man. But no, there's other shit that's fucking viable though. It's just it's tough to deal with Dark Ages right now. I actually think it's easier to deal with Death Guard. I'm just slow as balls. Like the army itself is slow as balls. So it's easier to deal with. Death Guard is all about the mortals. You're trying to just dump mortals, and more mortals on people. Mortals basically with Poxwalkers with a strat, rerolls if you're playing some Harbingers, Death Shroud Terminators with the Putrefier. Obviously, all their psychic entire tree is basically just dump mortals on people. And then you've got things like the Skull to do more mortals. They just have lots of nonsense to do mortals. Typhus, just if you're within 6, hey, here's some mortals in the command phase. There's just tons of ways to do mortals in Death Guard, and I think that's their main strength, is just straight out do mortals. And they can actually play against Dark Angel Terminator shit because of that. But if your army doesn't have a lot of mortal wounds, man, you're going to have a tough time hurting those Terminators, dude. You're just going to bounce, dude. You got to figure that you don't need, even without the banner and shit, you're still just, they already have transhuman built in. They've got a 1-up, 4-up, a Feel No Pain, and they're healing a dude every turn. You know what I mean? So you have to kill at least 2 guys to make any difference whatsoever. I don't take either one of the banners, to tell you the truth. As far as if I was going to take it, I would probably just go all in on defense. I would just go -1 damage. So I still just play everything around it, didn't it? Phenopain's off of the Apothecary. And if you're playing Death Guard, you're looking at you can bring the Plague Surgeon if you'd like to. I typically don't, because they're just all over the place. I just want more shit. I have a hard time taking too many buff things, because I just want more units to do things. Because then I can trade, I can try to snag Chef. The -1 damage is good, man, but it's just what are they attacking it with in the first place? You know what I mean? Like, the problem is that if you're bringing the Termi block and you have the Apothecary around it, and you maybe have one other character running around with them, I don't want that many points in one spot, because then people can just play around me. Because if I'm playing Dark Angels and they have 1,000 points of their army in and around that one unit, I'm just going to leave and I'm going to go other places besides that. I'm going to go kill the bikes. I'm going to go kill whatever else. I'm just not going anywhere near those guys. And if you have any abilities to make that unit slow, make them go through forest, hit them with the Death Jester for -2, hit them with, I mean, hardly anybody's, you're not going to take it because they're bad now, but you can just, you know, you can Psychic them with Doombolt, you can Psychic them with the Zinch power. Just give the Termies jump packs. Problem solved. But yeah, I just don't like having too many points in any one spot on the table, because they're already not engaging it for me, or at least I'm not. And if I'm playing that Death Guard against the Dark Angels, I'm just not going into that shit. So the more points that somebody piles into that unit, the better for me, because I wasn't going to attack it anyways. And the thing is that I don't care if they're -1 damage, because the only time I'm going to go into that Dark Angels Terminator squad, I can't even fucking say it, too much alliteration and shit. The only time I'm going into that squad is if I'm smashing mortals into it, and then I just don't care, because the -1 damage doesn't do anything. So it makes no difference to me. Oh, the Terminator jump packs. That's a funny story, actually. Way back in the day, we had a guy that just always took fucking he juiced up all his characters all the time. Just over fucking paid for everything. I always gave him too much war gear and shit like that. And he apparently did not read the rules. He played Space Wolves and showed up to a game, this is a real thing, with a Terminator captain riding a bike with a jump pack. So that dude had all of the mojo. I don't even know what happened there. They just invited someone to the orgy? What happened here? But yeah, man, like, those guys are just good. And the thing is that other armies have mojo against them. I mean, I really think that you need mortals. You're going to need mortals in your army moving forward. The shooting armies are still good. You got to have versatile, obviously, but just having mortals is just such a great answer to so many fucking things. You didn't need a Terminator on a bike with a jump pack in my life. He did model it that way, too. I'm not going to lie. He literally put a Terminator Lord on a bike with a jump pack. It was impressive. I'm like, this is super illegal. But that is a cool-looking model that you made. I think I'm just going to let you play with it. Just because of that fact. You know, like, you went through all the trouble of putting this all together. So I'm going to let you, we're going to say that allowed. We're going to allow it. Next thing you know, everybody needs a Terminator Lord on a bike with a jump pack. It's the new hotness. I still think that, I'm not gonna lie, after making the Eldar list again, Eldari Craft World troops still suck the most in the entire game. They're just so bad. I mean, it's not even close. Whew. That is true. There isn't a lot of armies. Death Guard, you can do it with the Zinch Mojo. If you do the Magnus Chicken, all the Zinch Sorcerers, you can just target. You can do lots of Psychics on it. But I think that the Death Guard hands them out more. They do it very, very consistently. They don't even have to worry about cast, too. So you're just basically hitting people with it. I still think the best thing in the Death Guard list is Poxwalkers. They're champions. They're badass. Chat needs more Death Corp Krieg ponies. Those things are fucking broken. Dude. Whew. Dude, Craft World's... Kurt, I'm going to say Craft World's underrated, but you need an ally, and you just don't take any troops. They're just fucking terrible. Like, Dire Avengers hurt me a little bit inside. They're fucking garbage. Exactly. Have a 30k Blood Angels Dreadnought with a jump pack. Why not Terminators? Exactly, man. That is true. Anything that does, I mean, you get those knights with the Warglaives out there. Anybody that does mortals can start clearing out Terminators. I'm actually looking at a lot of those things. Just anything to add spam, mortal wounds spam to most any army, as long as it's not taking away from the core concept of the army. I'm testing out. Oh, I hide them almost all the time, James. Come on, most of like basically I have 3 units of Poxwalkers and 1, probably 2 just sit, and they're either using the secondary for corrupting, or they're just sitting there just taking an objective most of the time and blocking shit out. Oh, pure GSC. I was never a GSC guy in the first place. They're strong, but man, I actually like GSC a lot as an add-on, because I think that taking a small GSC patrol or anything else gives you the access to the blips, and that can actually stop people from doing bullshit fucking alpha strikes on you, because blip shenanigans can do a lot. Plus, you can put bullshit in reserve and just come out. I mean, the Kellamore is still a boss. Having dudes that show up with flamers are just nasty. We are playing next Saturday. I'm also playing tomorrow.
Yeah, you're playing tomorrow, and you're playing Sunday.
I have been at that list. Kurt, that list I was just talking about, it's actually pretty boss mode. Take a Vanguard and take Trip Reapers, Trip Warwalkers, and then take double Spears, man. That's a great base of a Craft World army. It just feels good. You've got speed, you've got punching, you've got tons of AP shots, you got shenanigans, you can outflank shit and come in, you've got distance. It feels pretty good. It's just their troops are piles of shit. What are some good sources of mortal wounds in the Imperium that aren't psychic related? I gotta think Imperium psychic related on that, because like Chaos has like kind of a lot of shots that just do mortal wounds. If you got Volkites, I do like Volkites off the Leviathans, man. That's the single best free upgrade of all time. Instead of 2 flamers, you take 8 shots with all 6s do mortals. Mars robots for sure. Mars robots, priests do a shit ton of mortals. Why am I fucking blanking on Imperium mortals? I know all the Chaos and then Eldar mortals. Admech bomber, all the bombers. Actually, what's his face? The 3 flyers for Dark Angels do disgusting amounts of mortals. Flyovers and the cannons just straight up just do 3 mortals. If you hit, you just go hit, take 3 mortals. Just go fuck yourself. So
you should talk about the little combo that we found out in that one game, the 4 CP combo.
Yeah, just running away is just fucking nuts. Just interrupting and leaving with Dark Angels is just gross.
Yeah, you just go, yeah, you know what, you're not gonna fight here. I'm out.
Yeah, man, rock and roll with us. But the Grey Knights can play super well into DG and DA nonsense, 100%. Admech have all the mortals. Dark Angels have some with the flyers. Kill Dark Angels with Dark Angels. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Right.
Admech has a stupid amount. Admech just has a dumb amount of fucking mortals with all their shit.
Zoe's from Nids would be pretty scary.
No, we were talking Imperium. I can think of like a million ways to do mortals with everybody else. Imperium has less unless Admech has less just straight up mortals and all the good stuff. You know what I mean? All their shit's super good anyways. You're just like, yeah, this is really, really good shit. So, rocks and or rolls. So, I'm down with that. I ain't trying to hear that, see? I'm not going to lie, in this meta, I still love my Sallies just because they just put a billion wounds on people. If you go out in the open, I'm still going to kill everything else you have. Dark Talons are not bad, dude. I mean, it's literally something to think about if you're building, especially if you're building like a straight up like Raven Wing type army, so you have points that you didn't put into all the Terminator shit. So if you basically take 400 points of out of your army because you're not bringing the Terminator blob, you have other options that you can put in. So things like Dark Talons become an option. So I mean, they just have like a lot of options right now. Let's be honest. Dark Angels are in a very, 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 is that enough varies? Good place right now. They play really good. The funny thing is White Scars are still probably might be better. Just because of the movement.
the movement, the extra damage. There's like a lot of.
That's actually, I'm not gonna lie, that's why I had my army painted like the way I did, because I was planning on playing it as either Salamanders or Dark Angels. And yes, it does feel Dark Angels have more shenanigans. The Salamanders are just, all their other crap is a little bit more durable, and they have like crazy secondaries, but Dark Angels are not weak in anything. So yes.
No.
Green Wing does feel pretty damn good. Green Scars time, exactly. I mean, you can make that army like that. I mean, a fast army. Literally, when you build a Dark Angels list, I start with 2 Talon Masters, 2 Command Squads, three units of attack bikes, and 2 units of regular bikes, and then I build the rest of the army. And, oh, sorry, I put Ezekiel in there too. My bad. Zeke goes in every list. That guy's a fucking boss.
Yeah. And probably the apothecary as well.
Oh, sorry. He's such an auto include that battle. I don't even think Battle Scribe lets you start the army. He's already auto selected, so that's how it goes on that. The army is just the core of the army is just super easy to build. Then you have to ask yourself whether you're playing more of a Terminator swing, or whether you're playing more of a Raveling swing, or you're trying to play balanced. Exactly. Ezekiel is implied. You don't have to say it. Yeah, he's just. That's the thing about Dark Angels. That's why they're so powerful right now. It's just there's a couple things that are just ridiculous. They're so good and so cheap. What is the best suit for Death Corps of Krieg? I actually love one of my favorite lists right now, and I think this actually takes out a lot of shit. Imperial Guard plus Sisters is nuts. You take 2 full payload Manticores, you take 3 company commanders, 3 special weapon squads of plasma, 3 command squads of plasma, all the douchey infantry guard units. Obviously, you take a bunch of fucking ponies. Horsies come out, and you don't really give a shit.
Troops.
Yeah, well, you just don't.
Who made them troops?
Yeah, well, that's the thing is you don't give a shit about bringing multiple detachments because you just don't need any fucking CP. You've no shits. So you can bring 3 detachments if you want: Death Corps detachment, a regular guard detachment, and a Bloody Rose Sisters detachment. And you bring a couple rhinos with Repentia in them, and maybe a couple Retributors if you really want them. You know what I mean? But you literally need about 500 points of Sisters. They shore up all the problems you have with close combat, and you just smash into them for very fucking cheap and run them out. It's just so good, man. And yeah, AdMac is good too. Raiders plus ponies. Yeah, Tyler literally just sent me a list of basically go fuck your board. It had Raiders and ponies and shit everywhere on the board. You just went, don't move. Just literally move block the shit out of the board and take all the objectives and just shoot over those guys and just don't do anything. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was talking about, Tim. Death Riders in full payload Manticores, Repentia Rhinos, Retributors, have a nice day. It's so good. You have so much garbage to move block, and you can like just auto win with fucking a couple of these armies. Literally get in front of Death Guard, they just lose because they're just slow in the first place. They don't have enough guys that get over that. You can just box people in. You just go, hey, cool, you killed my first wave of horses, sweet. Well, you move like 3 inches. Go, here's the next one. Here's the next one. Also, I have a million idiots to get in the way. So they're great against mortal wound spam because you got a bunch of 10-man units running up and doing dumb shit. You got horses doing dumb shit. You're just taking objectives from people and just doing nonsense. And it just feels good to just... it feels like your dudes are jumping into a wood chipper. Yes, and it does take so much to kill those horses. They have 3 wounds apiece. It's crazy. Yeah. You have to have such a volume of fire to get around them. And the thing is full payload Manticores are just terrifying because they're shooting the whole fucking game because you got so much shit in the way. And then all those plasma squads come in for nothing. Wait, yeah, exactly. Don't. I don't want to get Carmona twitching. We see when he's getting these CSM guys get another wound. I don't want to ruin the rest of his day.
When the hell do you think they're gonna do that?
I'm not gonna lie. I thought everybody was gonna get their buffs as soon as the Marine book came out. Because remember, they announced this before any of this shit came up.
They're like, hey, we haven't forgot about you, Chaos players. And it's like, did they forget about us? Like,
well, it was also kind of a fucking big fucking dick to the face when they went, hey, instead of doing a CSM book, just give them a Death Guard book. Fuck them. Also, make it its own codex, not a supplement, its own codex, so it can't have access to any of the psychic powers from anybody else or any of the units. Go eat all of the dicks. Like,
and cultists? Yeah, we don't want cultists anymore.
Yeah, they just shit on the cultists. I love that they took an even bigger, steamier dump on cultists in Death Guard. They were like, look, we've already nerfed them like 3 times. Also, fuck them. They're not OPSEC anymore. You're like, why? Were cultists so OP? 9th edition? To keep old grudges open? I don't know, man. 2 full payload mana cores makes me so happy. I like dropping 3 damage on people from the sky. Pew pew!
Turns out it's pretty good.
Rage. Kurt's just poking Carmona. Kurt also is the farthest away in America you can be from Carmona, so northeast versus southwest. He's like, I got plenty of distance. I'm just going to rage this guy out. Poke, 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 poke.
Did you want to talk about your Death Guard list? Since
I do like my Death Guard list. I'm not going to lie, guys.
Why don't we talk about it?
I want, even though people are like, Mortarian's so broken. Ugh, I can't stand him. He's a great model. He's so cool. Man, he kills. He's basically the win more button against the armies that can't already take care of him. But the basis of my army is 3 units of 20 Poxwalkers, 2 bloat drones, 2 units of 5 Death Shroud Terminators. Actually, the modified list is probably going to be Typhus, Plagueburst, Typhus, Malignant Plaguecaster, 3 units of 20 Poxwalkers, that's an auto, 2 bloat drones, 2 PBCs, and then I've got 3 units of 4 Death Shroud Terminators, the Putrefier for Mortals, the Tallyman because he's a boss, and I actually found space in there for the bloat drone, the blight spawn, the fight last fucking idiot, whoever the fuck he is. I got bad hops, bro. Oh, Kurt, I can literally press you over my head infinity amounts of times. Sisters are strong and independent women. They don't need pathetic men. Well, I'm more in when I'm souping with sisters. That is a good point, though. If I'm playing sisters, I'm not souping them. If I'm playing IG or AdMech or something, then I like to soup in the sisters. You know what I mean? But if I'm playing all sisters, I don't like to do anything.
So in a team tournament, you're never playing card with sisters.
No.
That's bad idea.
That's true, but I mean, you shoot at everything that's not them, Tyler. The full payload mana cores are always going for the slowest of the herd of gazelles. Find that one that's got a bum leg. That's what you shoot with your mana cores. I see you're limping around. How about I bomb you?
Yeah.
No, I don't like Morty because I've literally played like 10 games with him, and I think he's killed like one attack bike squad. Actually, no, he didn't even kill an attack. He killed one unit.
I don't think he did.
No, he killed Black Knights once. He killed a unit of Black Knights. After the unit of Black Knights killed itself by rolling ones for plasma, then I attacked them. That is the Mortarian kill chart right there. He killed a unit of Black Knights, which I think are horribly overcosted anyways.
Oh. I really want them to work so badly.
They don't.
Like,
They're not.
Can't.
They're just not. They're not doing it.
What are they, 47 points per model?
I just freaking Terminators. Or anything. God. Literally anything. Inceptors are still laughing at how bad Black Knights are. Like, hey man, I heard you didn't have very many shots.
Yeah.
I heard my min amount of shots was your shots. I also came from space, so I deep struck on you.
That's a real nice hammer you got there. Too bad it won't do anything.
Yeah. Also, I'm over here.
Yeah.
I also, by the way, I walked through a wall. See you on the other side. Why don't you drive around?
Yeah. That was one of those. You had the 6 plasma scepters.
Exactly. The Snakes had the best one. He had a record amount of movement. That is a good thing. So this actually happened in our first game where we put Morty on the board since forever. So he comes out of the fucking cabinet, puts him on the board. Snakes puts a unit up. Morty charges the unit, which is almost in his zone. I think it's 7 inches outside of the deployment zone. Because he came all the way up on him. So Morty basically moves immediately up and just hits that unit. And then over the course of the game, he just keeps transhumaning every fucking turn and keeps putting a different unit with invulns into him. And so he never moves. He keeps getting hit, and it was White Scars, so they keep leaving and running away somewhere. So like another unit would hit them. So Morty didn't move until turn 4, I think. And he finally killed the unit. So he just sat. He didn't even get to use his auras. He just sat and was like, I'm going to get you, damn kids. And they're like, get away from me, old man. So not his best game ever. He killed a decent amount of models.
1.7
I think he killed exactly 1 unit, though, because he finally got free. People kept leaving and going, hey, I'm going to leave now. you stay there, right? You put your 500 points here. Also, I heard you're not OBSEC. So every time he was also buying objectives, so every time they would run at least 2 guys at the end. So I've been like, well, you still don't have that objective because I have 2 people. And they're going to leave now. They've done their job. So, yeah, I'm not a huge Mortarian fan. He would probably do better. I mean, I'm really big fan of his auras. The best is fucking, when we were talking about that. Austin called me up. Carmona called me up. You're like, you can just put those Warlord traits on not Mortarian. I do the same thing for, not 500 points. I'm like, that seems better. Having 4 more fucking units seems way better than just having 1 big fatty. I mean, he does soak up bullets like a motherfucker. Like, unless I'm playing fucking 00's fucking sisters. The best part about that is we're doing team tournament pairings. And I basically have 1 no-go in the team. I go, hey man, I can't play against sisters. And he's like, all right, cool, let's play a test game versus sisters. I'm like, cool. So he shoots 1 unit of sisters at me. 1 Retributor squad. 8 shots, 7 hits, because why the fuck not? 7 wounds. My bad. Not just 7 hits, 7 wounds on me. I make 4. I take 3, and I took 23 damage from those 3 that went through. It was a lot. It was more than I thought it was going to be. So I was not super excited about it.
He only knows how to roll 4-ups, bro.
Well, I think his miracle dice I think he had a 3 one time. So, but besides that, it was only 5s and 6s. If you only get 5s and 6s from miracle dice, that's true.
Apparently it's good.
And we did play the test game because we just wanted a test game. However, it just made me go, yeah, that's true. I did have a 5++. However, I decided that rolling fucking Feel No Pains was stupid. And I was going to just not do that. So basically what happened is Mortarian got Chuck Norris kicked into another dimension. He got kicked into the warp by a couple sisters. The best part was he had multiple Retributor squads set up to kill Morty, and they needed 1. So they didn't even know what to shoot at after that. Like, man, I thought that dude would take more damage. I didn't think he would fucking blow up like the Death Star from 1 volley. It wasn't my favorite thing that happened. That's true. I made a couple of them, and then it was still 18 damage, so I still died. Exactly. Always nice to see a Primarch melted on turn 1 by some girls. It wasn't my favorite thing that happened. Not the best thing that happened. I am nervous about painting my model tonight, by the way. I got 4 hours before I need to paint on stream. Whew. That's scary. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, guys.
Everyone's gonna follow along
with my progress or lack of progress, as it might be.
Paint by numbers. Everyone get their Marine of choice.
So, Speaking of that, I'm gonna start wrapping up. So, Friday afternoons. I am going to do this every Friday afternoon from now on in a show titled Old Man Brad Talks Random Shit. I'm going to literally go over anything anybody wants to talk about, anything I basically... Whoa. I'll take suggestions, but we're going to talk about whatever I want to talk about, whether it be every episode of WandaVision, whatever movie came out, whatever new fucking 40K shit came out. We're just going to talk nonsense. I love the care, put the quotes around it. We will be there to, quote, support you. So the Silent King tanked 12 out of fucking 13 D3 wounding hits. That hurts. That's thing. Silent King just insta dies. Well, I've been playing salamanders against him. I think Snakes put him on the board like 3 or 4 times, and then I'm like, I won this dude on a 2. Bam! Also, why does the Silent King not have quantum shielding? Exactly. Catchy title. Little wordy. I like to hear my own voice, so that works out. But I'm going to do this Fridays.
Old man Brad's descent into craziness.
You know, I'm going to talk about fucking pudding at the old folks' home. Goddamn kids on my lawn. You know how it is. Talk about all the things that are relevant to all the kids nowadays. I really got my pulse on what's cool and what's not.
Tune in next week for a hour-long rant about health insurance.
Health insurance, how plaid is cool year-round. I do miss shredded wheat. Frosted shredded wheat's one of my favorite things to eat. Yeah, exactly. That is true. When I went to go play Pajama, we made a rule because he just made the Silent King. And I won a game against Canada, or won the bet against Canada.
Yeah, that hurt.
Dude, I'm not going to lie. I don't know anybody that's able to eat grape nuts. That cereal is just rocks. Like, are you just trying to, like, get the most powerful jaw muscles in the world? It's super random, dude. I'm going to do, like, an hour, 8-ish, every Friday. Oh, tonight, we're on for, like, 2.5 hours, 2 hours, two or 2.5 hours. It really depends on which laxative is best.
Keep them coming.
So we are going to be going at 8. Literally, Sean just messaged me. So we're going to be on at 8. So we'll be on 8 for at least 2 hours. And rock it out. So, fellas, hopefully I see you guys tonight, 8 o'clock, Eastern Standard Time. I translate that for everybody else, but I have no idea. You know, I'm American. We're not very good at, you know, that education thing. So whatever time zone you're in, adjust it for Eastern Standard, which is where I live, and figure it out from there. And I'll be trying to paint a model, and it might be the best or worst thing that's ever happened.
This is going to be the best thing on the internet tonight. So if you're not watching this, you're doing it
I think that I might crush this model. I said I'm not going to, though, so I have to stay true to that.
Crush it after. Yeah.
But if this model sucks, I'm going to fucking melt it. I might melt it at the end of the stream. Like, actually melt it.
You need to hide your progress.
Exactly. I can't let people see
cannot see this.
the futility of everything that happens here. All right, fellas, 2 hopefully tonight, and we will talk to you. Thanks for hanging out on everywhere that you might be, because I restream this to everywhere.